down here. Isn't this building abandoned? Isn't it locked up? Whatever happens is your own fault. Are you hiding from me? I already know where you are. I know what you're thinking. How did she hear me? How could she know? I was being so quiet. I didn't. I can feel you in my skin. I can feel your footsteps through the floor. I can feel your breath stirring the air. Everything in the atmosphere changed when you walked in. Yes, hold your breath. Try it. When you gasp for air again, I'll know exactly where you are. Turn around. I just want to see my guest. Look at me, you little shit. Oh, help me, help me, help me. You're too far down for anyone to give a shit about you. Just look around. You seem to know who I am. It's just a story, isn't it? Just a fairy tale. I don't know what year it is, or what the world is like. All I know is I can't fucking die. Oh, baby, why are you crying? How are you gonna get away from me if you can't look, huh? Look at me. I can guarantee you'll be far away from here. From me, and from yourself, and from living. Turn your damn head around. Fuck! You're forcing me to play games, aren't you? Well, we like playing games. We like to play. Get up. Why would you close your eyes? Isn't that annoying? How will you know where I'm taking you, huh? You're being so irrational. Give me your fucking hands. You're coming with me. You're just never gonna see again, huh? Never, ever again. I'm gonna have to teach you how to use your eyes again. Idiot. Here. Sit down. There's a nice, comfortable armchair for you. It's a little dusty. What's the point when you're all alone, right? You're not gonna move, so we're gonna have to strap you down. Don't mind the ropes, they're wet. Now, we're gonna play a game. It's called peeling off your eyelids. Come here. I can't. You wanna keep your damn head still for 1 second? come on. Yes. Open your fucking eyes. You're really bad at this game. You're really bad. You're losing. Fucking fine. I don't have more rope for your head. Okay. Let's talk then. You and me. Face to face. Eye contact. Well, what year is it anyways? Tell me. Oh, God. Okay. Am I really just gonna fucking rot? Here in the dark? Why did you come? It's a ghost town. No one should be here. All the buildings are boarded up and locked. And I'm trying to fill it up with my statues. It gets real lively around here sometimes. When I rearrange them, it's hell. I'd love if you joined us. How long? How long are you gonna make me wait? Huh? Say something. Did you close your ears too? What's your name then? Tell me something. Does the world still know my name? You clearly know who I am. I almost wish they didn't. I don't know how else to die. No, I can't. I'm a Gorgon. I'm immortal. No, I can't die. I couldn't begin to explain it to you. Well, maybe I could if you decided to stay. We'd have a lot of time together. I almost forgot why we're here. Why do I have? What do I have to do? What do I have to do? Why am I doing this? Why would I do anything? Do you think I have a motive? I have nothing. You are just a statue hidden in flesh. That's all I see when I look at you. You are denying yourself by living. And just like I am denying myself by living. And turning you to stone will make me feel a little more dead. I don't want to do it, but I have to. Like I'm some sort of reaper or an angel of death. I like that. It gives me purpose. And it brings me a little closer to death. To a death that isn't coming. Yeah, you're right. I'd look at my reflection if I could. But I don't want to stare at myself forever. That's worse than death. But if I let you go, I'll stay the same. And I need something to change. I need you. Oh. I see what's going on. You're trying to distract me. You're trying to get me to talk about myself. Did you think I was vain? Did you think I was gonna become some fragile thing you could manipulate? Trying to get under my skin? I'm not fragile. I'm patient. I'm very patient. Not hours or days or weeks. I can wait years and years. Why don't you lie down? Yeah. Just on the ground. You stay in your chair. You tied up and immobile. And the only thing you can move is your eyelids. And I'll come back. Okay? And we'll do this again. And who knows? I could be out and about, or I could be sitting quietly next to you. You won't know. So be careful. You won't know. You won't know. I just wanted you to know I've been sitting here in front of you the whole time. You have good patience. I've had someone with good patience before. It took me 4 weeks to break him. It was exhausting. I hope you won't make it that difficult for me. You know, the best way to get through to a stubborn person is to find out what bugs them and get under their skin. A lot of people, I've found, don't like their faces being touched. No? That's not it. Others don't like having their clothing touched. What if I just... Oops. What are you gonna do? Oh no. Is it bothering you? You getting cold? I hope this wasn't important to you. Still ignoring me so well. Is this bothering you? Or do you like it? Do you like being shameful? Well, then, what if I made some holes in here, too? I have long, sharp nails and teeth. I could just sink them into your skin. Does it hurt? You want to open your eyes? You won't hurt anymore if you look. Come on. Just a peek. I don't want you to bleed out. I want you to look at me. Okay, well, now you can stop flinching. I'm bandaging you. I don't like it when they just die. I've tried that. It's such a waste. There. What did you say your name was again? Oh, that's right. That's a new one to me. Why that name? That's neat, I guess. Sometimes I wonder about why people have the names they do. They've changed a lot over the centuries. I always wondered how new names came to be. Once in a while, someone just creates a new name or thinks of something no one thought of before, I guess. And eventually more and more people hear of it and like it, and it becomes more or less common. I like to rename all of my statues. I like to create new names. It feels productive. I don't believe they are the same people before anyways. They seem to sprout these new personalities after a while. I have to think what I'm gonna call you. Once you look. People change after they die. It's strange. I don't feel like I've changed at all. People think they do, but they really don't. Not that much. Not as much as they think. Gods don't change either. Hey. Do you like yourself? Really? You're the first I've heard to say no. Why? I don't like myself either if it makes you feel any better. Why? Well, I mean, look at me. Right. I think that's the first time I've said that without my curse in mind. I don't know what you know about me, but I used to be, well, beautiful. So I was told. I didn't care. I was devoted to Athena at that time. I was virginal. I wanted to be a priestess. My looks are not important. Like, I was never vain or selfish or a whore. I was devoted. I loved her. I loved Athena so much. I worshipped her. I made sacrifices. She did not love me back. Not enough to save me. Or even forgive me. I'll tell you now, the gods abandoned us completely, long ago. I'm glad. But they play no part in our world anymore. They've either left us or died. Because there's just nothing. There's a lot that was once a part of this world that's gone now. It seems to be just myth to most people now. But they left me here. You don't need to be sorry. If anything, I should be sorry. And I am. But what else can I do? There's no point in apologies if I'm not gonna change. Would you please look at me? Not even to be malicious or bitter. I just need to see somebody. Please. Okay. Well, fine. There's always tomorrow. There's always tomorrow. You're cold. I don't care if you're cold. You're... I don't have any way to keep you warm. I don't have anything. You're gonna have to touch me if you want to be warm. Don't complain then. This isn't a hug. I don't do hugs. This is to keep you alive, so I can have you when you eventually open your eyes, which you will. I've never had one not. But this is not a hug. You know about what I said earlier? About being virginal? I was raped. It was Poseidon, god of the sea, in Athena's temple. And it wasn't like another human. He didn't even have to touch me. He wasn't even really there. I was pinned down and all alone, like being strangled by a demon. But that's my one and only experience. And after all these years, I could never make myself do that to someone else. As much as I wanted to sometimes. 'Cause I'm alone. But I would be just repeating what was done to me to someone else. Strangled by a demon. I don't believe in love, but I do believe in evil. I just wish that making my statues wasn't the only thing I have to keep me from feeling totally alone and unloved. I'm sorry. I don't often think about that time in my life. It has its own little locked room in my head. Maybe it's 'cause I'm holding you. I don't know. Alright, just go to sleep or something then if we're doing this, okay? I'm done talking. Good night, I guess. So did you sleep? Was it comfortable? Would you like me to get you anything? A glass of water, maybe? Hold the door open for you? Stop enjoying yourself. I'm not taking care of you. I'm not nice. Don't think for a second because I opened up to you means I feel any different. I feel nothing anymore. It's all old wounds now. I'm as cold and rigid as the statues I live with. I'm like their queen. Queen of the damned. Hades would be proud. If only he took me instead. Maybe I would have gotten something better out of it. What? You do want the fucking water? Oh. I know something much better than water. It does so much more than quench the thirst. It ends all pain. You already know my games. It won't be so hard to just open your eyes and let it happen. That's all I'm asking. And I wouldn't think of it as giving in. It's freedom to continue living. You're fighting to die right now by refusing me. And you know that's what I don't want. I don't want to kill you. I want to keep you. You know this. Let me have you. Ah. There's someone here. Don't you say a fucking word. It always feels so euphoric. That went so smoothly and graciously. No questions asked, no time wasted. Another member for the family. I have to come up with a name and find the perfect spot for our sudden guest. Now, back to you. I want you to stay here with me. You know you. What? Wait. What? Alright, so you're not willing to accept being turned to stone. I can forgive that. But you are willing to stay here as you are. Is that what you're telling me? Wait. You're telling me that if I untied you right now, you'd be happy to stay here. I mean, I could, sure. You won't be able to accomplish much if you can't open your eyes, since you're most likely trying to be a suck-up to me. I know. I've played this game before. But if you aren't lying, well... Again, can you really keep your eyes closed that long? Come on. Why keep the middleman? You know you're not leaving. And you can't have closed eyes forever. Why hold on anymore? If you really want to stay here, just let me have you. Look, I've got a spot for you picked out already, right out there in the shade. I have nothing to grace that spot. It's beginning to look lonely. I've already envisioned it. Look, right over there. It's I almost got you. I almost got you. Take a look. If you want to stay, then stay. That's what I'm asking from you. You don't need to be flesh and bone to stay. You look good in granite. Trust me, they always do. I don't get you. I don't like surprises like this. I don't need your company. I need... Well, I do need company, but it could never work. I have my statues, my stones, my art. People leave you, hurt you, abuse you, forget about you. But stone, it only crumbles. But it's always there. The sand-like grain of those I first had are scattered across this place. Everyone's still here. I'm not alone. Physically, it's just in my mind. I don't want to be hurt again. Do you care for me, or do you pity me? God, I want to believe it. Maybe I can't. Alright, if you want to prove that you care for me, then I need you to do something for me. Before I untie you and let you go, I will need you to look at me for what I am. Because you haven't seen my horror. You've only heard my voice. I will have my eyes closed. I'll even cover them with my hands. But then you have to look at me and decide if you still care. Oh, I know I could turn you to stone, but I'm considering your offer. I really am. But if I'm going to trust you, then you're going to have to trust me, okay? I'm not asking you to look into my eyes this time. Just at me, for what I am. And I'll know if you don't trust me. These aren't my only eyes. My eyes are closed now. I'm not looking. Okay, you can close your eyes again. You looked. You trusted me. I guess I need to hold up my end of the deal. There. You're free. You win. You're the first one I've ever lost. I guess I'll just go. What? I know you're not really gonna stay. You weren't serious. I don't even know how to believe it. I don't know what to do. Did you still want that drink? Some water? I guess I can get you something. If you're still here, I'll be right back. Oh, you are still here. Here. So if you care so much about me that you want to stay, then what do you plan on doing anyways? Follow me around like a lost sheep? I mean, that could work for now. I don't know what's going through your head, but I'll tolerate it. But we can't take any chances. I'm making you a blindfold, stupid. So it's easier for you. Here. Alright, now take my hand. I'm gonna show you around. When I want you to see, I'll have you stay behind me and you can open your eyes. But we're gonna have to trust each other again. Come on. Okay, come on. Don't worry, just keep walking. I won't let you trip. We're almost outside. You can hold on to my arm if you want. I know you're blindfolded, but there's not much to see anyways. Other than all my family. Here, this is Harlow, 1678. Damadet, 1890. That's Laverica, 1431. Oh, I make up names. Weird ones, I guess. Everything's so dull to me. I just come up with whatever I want now. And the year is the year I turn them. I remember everything I can about the people I turned to stone. It's all I have worth remembering. This one is Farron, 2009, and Johnst, 1957, Kortra, 2010. Huh? Yeah, I could go on forever telling you about everyone here. Funny how they're my friends and family, knowing they all came here to kill me. Well, of course they did. Why else should they come here? Well, yes, I used to live in Greece. Over time, and only a few times have I left to somewhere new. Ever since Perseus tried to behead me, I started quietly moving to new and abandoned places. But I try not to do it often. This place used to be a small town. A very small town. And the people lived here when I arrived. Because I lived just across the moors. In a forest. Long before they built this place. And they found me. So I just went ahead and turned them all. It's not safe for me anywhere. Nobody likes me. I was made to be unlikable. I'm just a monster. Don't be so sentimental. I'm still not sure how to understand you. And the things you say to me. I wonder if I've died somehow and there's some sense of hope playing out in my mind before it goes dark. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not exactly a pleasant person. I've always acted how I looked. Horrible. Oh well, there's not much left in this place anymore. What do I eat? Oh, I haven't had anything to eat in thousands of years. I'm immortal. There's nothing left here to eat anyways. Even though I want it, I don't need it. The feeling of starving is long past. I don't really feel much like that anymore. Why? Are you hungry? 'Cause I wouldn't know what to do about that. I'm sorry. I mean, I'll have to go to the forest, I suppose. Whoa, what are you doing? My snakes? No, they won't bite. They aren't even really mad anymore. Huh? Oh, Yeah, you can touch them. Here, let me guide your hand. Don't worry. Do you like it? They really like you suddenly. That's very curious. I guess they've never been touched by anyone other than myself. At least not so gently and kind. People think they are cruel when they just treat you the way you treat them. People tend to think they're slimy too, but it's actually very nice and smooth and sleek. I used to think that before I had a head full of them. You can imagine the horror I felt when I suddenly... Yeah. Anyways, they have names too, you know. It took a long time to remember who was who, let me tell you. I won't bore you with all of them. There's 39 of them after all. But the one you're touching right now, her name's Andromeda. They all have very old Greek names, obviously. Oh, no, I actually stopped missing my hair a long time ago. I think it was... I can't actually remember what I used to look like. I remember being beautiful. That's about it. But I've come to enjoy the company of my snakes. They're good listeners. Like you. I always think about what existence is like for them. Just living always as a part of me. Trapped. Yet they seem happy enough. Don't you, darlings? Oh no. All it takes is one kiss and they're all over me. You can look for a moment. I'll keep my eyes closed. I think they tend to take after my own emotions. I don't know if that's because they are connected to me or because they've been around me so long. They feel empathetic towards me. Okay, girls, please. As much as I'd like to be normal again, I wouldn't give them up. I really wouldn't. Are your eyes covered again? Okay, good. What? You want to try? Well, they've never had a kiss from a stranger. I'm not sure what they'd do. I suppose since they seem to tolerate you now, you could try? Okay, just come lean in. Here, this is Sandra. She seems really curious about you. Oh no. They aren't upset, don't worry. They're very excited. They like that. Okay, girls. You make me confused. Oh boy, now what are you doing? Well, I can stand up on my own. You're the one blindfold. What are you doing? Are you slow dancing with me? But there's no music. Gosh, I haven't heard music in a long time. You're so strange. Well, so am I. But you're a different kind of strange. I haven't danced with anyone in a long time either. Pretending to dance with statues gets old quickly. Hey, I'm sorry for threatening to peel off your eyelids, by the way. It was my go-to method for a long time. Oh, I absolutely would have been able to do it had I sharpened my nails, but I have nothing to sharpen anymore, so they've been growing quite dull. Why are you dancing with me anyways? You can't even see where we're about to walk into a wall. Watch out! Hold on, stop. I don't get you. You just really like snakes, I guess. Not very typical from what I know. But maybe people have changed from what I remember. Could someone like me... Could someone like me even belong in this world again? Oh, I don't even know what I'm saying. What? Leave? You're asking me to leave with you? No? I was just... I was just thinking out loud. I didn't really mean it. There's nowhere I can go. I cannot exist in your world. This is my damnation. I mean, what would you do? Hide me? Keep me as your little secret? I'm already a secret. I've been a secret for centuries. Well, then tell me how. How can you keep me from hurting everyone around me, including you? And how can you protect me from those who are afraid? Are you telling the truth? So much has changed. Well, if there's ways that I can live in your world, then maybe... Oh, but what about my statues? What will happen to them? Zenith likes to be in the shade at 4 o'clock, and Marcius can only be in direct sunlight for 3 hours, and... I know they're not alive, but they matter to me. I've given them lives and personalities. They're still people to me. It's hard to let go. Can you promise me we can come back now and again to see them? Maybe? Okay. But wait, what about my snakes? Oh, you have an answer for everything. You make it sound so promising. If I put on that blindfold, I'm giving you my everything. If you take me away from here, it's up to you what happens to me. I'll be trusting you, and you know by now that's not something I take lightly. Alright. Alright. I'll put it on. Thank you. Okay, I'm not looking. You can put it on. Okay. Okay, I'm just afraid. I didn't know you were gonna grab my hand. I still don't really believe that you don't want to hurt me. Okay. I'm not used to having my eyes closed. When we get there, what will happen? You'll help me hide my hair. And my eyes. I'm really afraid. Please, don't let go of my hand. Promise me right now that everything will be okay. I'm holding you to that promise. Okay, I know. I'm not used to change. Okay. I'm ready. I'm trusting you. Are we there yet? Explain to me how this vehicle thing moves again. No, I still don't get it. So, people still remember the gods then, even as they are gone? And you had said people still remember me, right? What do they remember about me? Hideous to look at. Am I hideous to you? No. Oh. Well, I guess that's good. You know, I know you feel that way already. But if that's how the world feels, I'm remembered for being ugly. Then I guess in a way I am. I think you're just strange. I'm not complaining though. No. I'm glad you see me differently. You're a blessing to me in that way. And I'm strange too. We can be strange together. I can't be around others though. I've never lived a normal life. I don't expect that to change today. I just hope for a happier life is all. I can see light through the blindfold. Is that it? The real world? Well, everywhere I've lived becomes a secret place where time doesn't move. Living never really felt real. But there's life out there. And I hated it because I couldn't have any of it. I still really won't, but that's okay. At least time will start moving again. Are we close then? Are there people outside here? I'll cover my head, just in case. Let me know when it's okay. How do you think people would react to me? Would they hate me? You don't think so? I'm a bad person. It was such a long time to be alone. I don't think I could have helped it. We're here now? Oh, okay. I'll wait for you to help me out then. Okay. Hold my hand, please. So, this is where you live then? Are there others around? They won't see me, right? Don't let anyone see me. It's quiet in here. Are we safe now? Good. Phew. Is it here? Okay. So, you said you had something for me? For my eyes? Sunglasses? How do they work? Does it just mean I can't see the sun? It just... Oh, okay. So I'll be able to see, but you can't see my eyes. I think I understand. Well, I'm a little nervous in case it doesn't work, but I'll try it. Here, you can place it in my hands. it's a thin, wiry... Hold on, I'm gonna take off the blindfold. Close your eyes. Oh, this place is so different from what I'm used to. No, I like it. It's just strange. It's good. Don't open your eyes. I just need to look for a bit. Can I look around? What's this? Or well, I guess you can't. The big black box thing. It's dark. It's shiny. It's sitting on a little table. A TV? What's it for? Press button. Where? Oh. This one? Oh! There's people! Can they see me? They didn't turn to stone. Why? Why are they in there? It's not real.
Oh, that is great. I mean, after that whole
I haven't seen into someone's eyes in so long.
really deserve fun.
I can look at their eyes.
Anyway,
They can't see me at all?
Dance with the prince, like,
I don't understand.
yesterday. She did not say that.
I can see their eyes. They're okay. I can see them.
And then she just left. I was absolutely
If we put you on the box, can I see you?
thought, this wild.
What's a video?
Bourgeoisie ass
You'll show me
wants to
later.
be jealous,
Alright.
I will get jealous.
Oh, right, the sunglasses. They kind of look like the TV. Okay, so it goes over the ears. I got it. Oh, everything is darker. Wait. I'm scared to test it in case it doesn't work. I don't want to lose you. Do you have a mirror? I have not looked in a mirror since I was human. Well, I can't look in a mirror. I'll turn myself to stone. But I think I'd rather turn myself than turn you. There was always a fear that if I saw a mirror, I'd be trapped in eternity to stare at myself. So please promise me that if I turn, you'll take me away from the mirror. I've never seen myself being cursed. I know I have snakes on my head and fangs in my mouth. I know I'm pale and gnarled, but I've just never seen it for myself. How much of who I used to be is still even there? I remember what I used to look like. If I see myself now, am I gonna replace that memory? Is that worse? Is it worse to die into an eternity of locking eyes with myself, or to live with my last good memory being replaced? I'm sorry, I'm just trying to work up the courage to do this. I'm scared. What? Don't take off your blindfold! Your eyes. You're fine, you're not turning. You didn't have to do that. That was risky. But the sunglasses work. You can't see my eyes, but I can see yours. Your eyes are so beautiful. I was hoping for so long to see them. When I turn people to stone, I can only see them for a tiny moment before they turn gray. They're so bright. Can I come closer? They're so detailed. I loved them so much. It's better than I could ever imagine. Oh, I can look at them for as long as I want now. Or, I mean, if that's okay. I'm sorry. I'm curious now, though. Or never mind, what am I saying? No, it's... I don't want to give you any ideas, because I know how reckless you are. I was just only thinking, what if, you wore the sunglasses? Would they allow you to see my eyes? But I don't think it's worth risking. No, this is a dangerous experiment to be having. Where are you going? Wait, hold up. You like to be mysterious too, huh? What is that? A camera? That sounds like a camera. What does it do then? A picture. Oh, like a painting. Oh, it makes like an instant painting? Ooh, what are you gonna take a picture of me? No, we don't fully know how Athena's curse works. The sunglasses are already a blessing. We don't need anything else. Well, then, if you take the picture, let me see the picture first. Yes, I'll do it. This time I will. Explain to me how it works, though, because you're gonna have to do it with your eyes closed. Mm-hmm. Oh. Alright, so then just aim the picture with your finger on the button and then close your eyes, and I'll tell you when you can take the picture and when you can look again after it prints out. Okay, if you're ready, I'm taking off the sunglasses. Alright. You can take the picture. Don't open your eyes yet. Don't look. Give me the camera. Okay, you can look now. My sunglasses are back on. No, I'm going to look myself. I shake it, right? Just give me a minute. Okay. I can do this. This time I know. Even if it kills me. My eyes, what are they? I didn't turn. I'm okay. Oh, what are they? They aren't eyes. They're nothing like eyes. I don't know how to explain it. They don't make sense. No, I don't think you should see them. No. I couldn't even see my face. Just what was in replace of my eyes. What are those things? Well, I can say looking at me through the sunglasses works, at least for a picture. But I think I'll keep the sunglasses on. I need to hold you. I don't ever want you to see that. Ever, okay? So many people have. Oh my god, I'm so much more of a monster than I thought I was. You know why? I don't know how I could even begin to explain. I saw everyone who had ever looked at me. They're all in there. I thought they were trapped in statues. They aren't. They're trapped inside me. They were all in there, looking at me. I can't go on like this. I have to No, don't stop me. I can't keep having eyes. What? I can't pull them out. There's nothing there. I'm trying to scoop them out with my fingers, but there's no eyes in my head. What? Well, if I didn't see eyes in the picture, I saw something else. Whatever it isn't physically there. I had never tried to take my own eyes out before. And all this time, there was nothing there. Never let me take these sunglasses off. I can't ever take another person again. I don't know how I'm gonna live with what I just saw. I can never have it happen again, please. Please keep holding me. Huh? Go to bed. I don't know if I'll sleep again. I'll try. I know it's been a long day. I'll put the blindfold back on, okay? I want it on. Hold on, don't look. Help me, please. Oh, it's soft. They made beds comfier. My heart's still pounding. Oh, my girls are okay. Of course you can touch them. They like you. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to think. There's no eyes there. Hey, I love you. I do. And I'm sorry for everything. For my sick ways. For trying to hurt you. For what I was. I didn't realize what I had become. I didn't realize what I was doing. I'm sorry. I'll make it up to you somehow yet. Your patience saved my life. Oh. Not too hard. I have sharp teeth. I love you. Thank you. No, I'm okay. I'm okay. Please just don't stop holding me. Oh, don't take off the blindfold. Sorry. I put it on you just in case, since I was walking around without the sunglasses. Good morning, though. You slept good. I was watching. I've never been one to sleep much, honestly, especially not after yesterday. You act like I haven't watched you sleep before. I used to do nothing but stare at you. Here, I got my sunglasses on. You can look. Yeah, I was taking my time to really soak everything in. Quietly, and just on my own. There's so much more I just don't know about the world now. I know I'm still only behind walls, but I can feel the difference already. Well, it feels alive. I can feel time passing for once. I peeked through the window a bit, with my sunglasses, of course, and I got to watch all the cars going by and people moving. It felt really good. Okay, would be a strong way to put it. I'm detached from last night. I have this feeling that it didn't happen. Not like a dream, more like it was erased. I'm not sure. The way I felt about what I had seen in my eyes is gone. It's just disappeared. I didn't forget. It's like I don't believe it at all. I mean, I touched my eyes and felt nothing, but I can feel myself blinking. I can feel them move and dart around where I look towards. I could feel my eyelashes graze the lens of the sunglasses. They feel like eyes. I don't want to touch them again. I don't want to be reminded. I can't fully grasp them. I don't know if that makes any sense. But I guess I don't think I'd be calmed down right now if I remembered last night exactly as it was. I'm weirdly calm, actually. And I don't feel like I should be. I know I shouldn't be. I don't quite remember how my eyes looked either, no. I don't really remember what I saw. Did I mention seeing faces? I really can't remember. I'll stop. I gotta... No, we don't need to talk about it. It's fine. I really can't even find the words to express it. I'm sorry, by the way. Well, I'm sure that wasn't fun for you either. Why are you the way that you are? So perfect. One of the gods must have listened to me and answered all those years ago. I can't explain you in any other way. Not that I'd want to give them any kind of credit. I love your eyes. For as much as I like watching you sleep, I just can't stand not being able to see them. I have so much time of being isolated to make up for it. This is all I want to do forever. Don't be embarrassed. I should be embarrassed. I'm leaning over you, staring at you. I need to, unlearn some of my behaviors. I don't know how to act right anymore. Oh, careful pulling me down. Don't knock off my sunglasses. I need to make these sturdier somehow. They can just slip off so easily. It would be better if you asked me to cuddle. Or put the blindfold on me. That might be best. Thank you. Girls, come on. Not every kiss needs to involve you too. Well, I would just think that you probably don't always want several snake faces crashing into yours, trying to emulate what I'm doing. Sure. Well, just brush them away if it's getting annoying. I'm serious. They don't understand. Personal space. I don't either. Careful with my fangs. You can be so reckless sometimes. Why did you stop? Did you hurt yourself? You've never... What do you mean you haven't seen my fangs? Of course you have. Oh. Well, no, I guess I never really showed you, my anatomy in that way. Could you feel it? Maybe I should have told you I am halfway between a human and a snake in many ways. No, my fangs aren't venomous. And my tongue is only partially forked. And the rest of my teeth are partially pointed and a little curled back like a snake, but not sharp enough to be like a snake. I pretty much just have a bunch of small canine teeth like yours. And even in my skin, there's a faint texture to it. But nothing in my mouth can hurt you except my fangs, which I curl back. They are mostly gum anyways up until the point, so just don't go exploring that far with them, or it will prick you and it will hurt. I just said it will hurt if I bite you. And yet you're asking what? Hold on. What? I haven't heard of anyone being into this since the cult of Dionysus. You want me to bite you? To know how it feels? I just told you how it's going to feel. Well, I may have tried it myself out of curiosity. And they are sharp and thin, and they sink into flesh like butter. And it hurts terribly. And it has a burning sensation in the skin because of how thin and needle-like they are. I don't know how much more I can explain. Did you forget how steadfast and unwavering and stubborn you used to be? And now you want my pain? Well, I warned you. Was that not just as awful as I described? And now you're bleeding. Hold on. There. What? Licking helps. Are you proud of yourself? I need my sunglasses. I need to see your beautiful idiot face. Close your eyes. There. Ouch. That looks so uncomfortable. Hold on, it needs a few more. That's better. Oh. I forgot how eyes can speak so loudly. I get it. Don't worry about it. No, don't worry about it. I just can't stop smiling right now. I just like the way you look at me. So, what are we gonna do today? I mean, what do people do now with their time? So, at some point, you'll have to go to work and I'll be alone? No, that's okay. You have a life to live still. I wouldn't say I have a life to live. More like I have an eternity to endure. Well, it won't be forever, I suppose. If I ever have the courage to look at myself again. I always thought the first time would be my last time. I have to say, your bed is really comfortable. I really like this. And your home, it seems like so much more thought has gone into how people live. It feels secure, and it feels comfortable. I mean, I can't hear anyone other than cars on the street and maybe a few other sounds. It's quiet in a way that feels alive, not in a way that feels like the world is empty. It's enough to just feel as if everyone's around me, like they can be. I just want to be close again. Do you really think that today's people would accept me? I'm okay if it's only you. I mean, I don't really believe it. I know the sunglasses will protect them, but I'm still behind them. I'm still a monster. Maybe they just forgot that. Because they don't believe in me. Before you met me, you didn't believe in me. And you didn't start believing until it scared you. Well, no, you didn't stay scared for long. But then how long will it take to make the world believe in something without being afraid? I trust you. I trust in what you say and what you think. I just don't trust in me. You know, this is what I was talking about earlier. I'm taking up your time with all my lost time. I have so many questions and so much to think about. Oh, I could ask you so much. Well, if you really want to, Sure. Come with me, though. No, keep the lights out. I'm worried it'll make people look up. So, down there, down at the street, why are people always moving? Even all night long? Do they not sleep? There are always lights and cars and people, so many. Why? But why should your life be moving so much all the time? When does it slow down? Everyone looks so busy. Even the way the polis looks feels busy. I don't know, it's a long way back to remember, but I just remember it feeling so much more simple. It's beautiful, though, in a strange, almost unreal way to see so many lights glowing against the rain. Is it always like this at night? With all the lights? Who comes and turns them on every time? So it knows how to do that itself? How? Oh. Huh. If that's possible, then why can't yours do that? You have little switches. Oh, right. I guess I wouldn't want them to turn on by themselves at night. I would want it to be dark. Oh, and one other thing I really couldn't understand when I was watching people was just how they don't seem to see each other. I don't know how to explain it. There's so many all walking around trying to get somewhere, but it didn't feel like they acknowledged each other. They move as if no one is there. I don't understand it. I can see them. And you can, can't you? Right. So then, what is going on? I can see that some do walk together and are connected, but even those ones are still only tethered to each other and don't seem to see anybody else. Why does everyone seem to think they're invisible? Would they see me if I was there? Of course, I'd be strange enough to break them away from their trance. So it's just how people are now? Are they sad? Or angry? Didn't things get better? Everything seems so much easier and more comfortable. Why don't they like it? Why don't they like each other? Well, how... I knew I wasn't gonna come back to a familiar world, but this is not what I expected. I was hoping to be able to watch people live again, not disappear into themselves. I'm sorry. Maybe it's hard for me to understand. Where I came from, I couldn't be outside. I couldn't see the markets or go to the agora. The most I could do was when I became a priestess for her. I could venture out just a little bit more. Spent most of my time at her temple. And then, I became this. And I had never been more isolated. More than any of you will ever know. just me. I guess I dreamt up a beautiful world that would take me back one day. I will say it's nice seeing men and women walk around together. Maybe that's why it's so frustrating. Or maybe I just don't understand. I mean, even now I still can't go outside. I know I said I was okay with it, but maybe I'm not. I don't know. I want to know where everyone's going and what everyone's doing and what they're thinking about. Maybe I gotta learn how to sleep again. I will live forever if I choose to not look at myself, and so I eventually figured out how to stop sleeping entirely for long periods of time. No, sleeping did not help with the passage of time and made it worse. Laying there, doing nothing, just letting the dread and horror of my situation fester and sicken me, and then waking up just re-invites your mind to the endless torment. There's no peace. It was just easier to be awake and doing something, anything. That's why I was people watching almost all night last night. It's already so much more interesting than anything ever was before. Oh, I could watch them for days and not get bored. How long was I watching you for? A little too long. You move your fingers a lot when you sleep. And your lips move slightly like you want to speak. You haven't said anything yet, but it looks like you want to. I think that's part of why I like to watch you. I'm waiting for whatever it is you are going to say. Maybe it's something important. Like something you've always wanted to say out loud but never could. You're gonna find out quickly that I try to make everything so much more interesting and thought-provoking than it probably is. It's just instinct at this point. I guess we both believe in too much. How's your arm from the bite? Let me see. How badly do you want me to do it again? I see you. I told you, I get it. Lay back and tilt your head up. Come on. I used to be so cruel. I used to hurt so many people. And not all of them became stone. Some became less than that. There was never enough ways to feel alive. I don't know if I can be good. I'm still tempted. I love you, and I love what you've done for me. Oh, but somehow I still love the idea of hurting you. I'm still horrible. You've been nothing but good to me, and yet somehow I'm still fighting back monsters. And yet I can't bring myself to ask you to take me back. Right. Let me fix your neck. Come here. hope you don't have to explain that to anyone later. Oh, the sun's finally coming up. I don't suppose you'd want to cuddle for just a little bit longer. Would you? Just for a little bit. I actually feel tired for once. Like I can finally relax.